duty, which applied to mobile voice and data services, had sparked backlash from both industry stakeholders and consumer advocacy groups who argued it would increase the cost of digital access and threaten the viability of telecom operators in the country. President Tinubu first suspended the tax in July 2023 as part of a broader fiscal policy overhaul, but it resurfaced in October 2024 when the National Assembly proposed reinstating the tax as part of broader revenue-generating measures. Still in Nigeria, the Federal High Court sitting Managing Director of Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL), Mele Kyari, over allegations of fraud. Justice Emeka Nwite gave the order after counsel for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Ogechi Ujam, moved an ex parte motion asking the court to freeze the accounts pending the conclusion of investigations by the commission. The judge, in his ruling, held that the application was meritorious and subsequently adjourned till September 23 for a report on the matter. In Africa, Somalia has lamented that the country is struggling to procure enough vaccines to curtail the spread of diphtheria due to cuts in US aid as deaths from the disease have risen quickly. Health Minister Ali Haji Adam also said global shortages had made distribution of doses available hard. The Health Ministry said so far more than 1,600 cases, including 87 deaths, have been recorded, up from 838 cases and 56 deaths in all of 2024. Before President Donald Trump cut most foreign assistance earlier this year, the United States was the leading humanitarian donor to Somalia, whose health budget is almost entirely funded by donors. Meanwhile, the Human Rights Watch has disclosed that the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels killed at least 140 people in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo in July. The human group revealed this in a report highlighting elevated violence despite the US and Qatar-backed peace talks are underway. HRW, that's the Human Rights Watch, said the witness accounts indicated the attacks took place in at least 14 villages and farming areas near Virunga National Park in Eastern Congo in July, although the M23 had previously denied any role in the killings. The group urged the United Nations Security Council, European Union and government to expand sanctions, press for arrests and prosecutions, and called on Rwanda to allow the United Nations and independent forensic experts into areas under M23 control. You're listening to Global Box at Adamimogo 107.7 FM, transmitting live from Olojudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti. Still to come, Israel, France, Australia face off over diplomatic relations. Do stay with us.
Hello, good people of Ekiti State and its environment. For your private, political, family, or club meetings, and so on, of not more than 50 to 100 participants, we introduce to you Adamimogo Event Hall. Yes! Right at Olojudo's Palace, Adamimogo 107.7 FM's compound, Ido-Ekiti. Ample parking space, good security, clean environment. You also have the opportunity to book for a media publicity of your event on our fast-growing social media platforms. All these for a talking. Simply visit us at Olojudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti, or call the following numbers for more inquiries: 0803 526 5812 or 0916 340 0878 or 0806 511 4430. You can also call 0806 380 8891 at Adamimogo Event Hall. We are waiting for your patronage.
The High Court in London granted a temporary injunction to stop asylum seekers from being housed in the Bell Hotel in Epping, northeast of London. The leader of the Populist Reform Party, Nigel Farage, stated that all the 12 local authorities his party controls will do everything in their power to seek legal advice on evicting asylum seekers from hotels in their areas. The hotel had become a focal point for regulator protests after a resident was charged with sexual assault, a crime he denies, with large numbers of police separating anti-immigration protesters and pro-immigration groups. Britain currently houses about 30,000 asylum seekers who are awaiting decisions on their claims in more than 200 hotels across the country. In the meantime, France has rejected allegations of calling it abject and erroneous. A diplomatic row between Israel and France had broken out after Netanyahu accused French President Emmanuel Macron of fueling the anti-Semitic fire in France by planning to recognize Palestinian statehood. The French Deputy Minister for European Affairs, Benjamin Haddad, reacting to the allegations, insisted that France protects and will always protect its Jewish citizens, stressing that the country is intolerant of violence against the French Jewish community. France, which is home to Europe's biggest Jewish community, has joined an estimated 145 of the 193 United Nations members that now recognize or plan to recognize. Australia has rejected Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu criticism after he branded the country's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, weak, with an Australian minister accusing Palestinian civilians have been killed, emphasizing that strength is not measured by escalated violence.
Strength is not measured by how many people you can blow up or how many children you can leave hungry. Strength is much better measured by exactly what Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has done, which is when there's a decision that we know Israel won't like, he goes straight to Benjamin Netanyahu. He has the conversation. He says exactly what we're intending to do. But to say to the Palestinian people, who at the moment must be feeling so invisible to the world, to say you are not invisible, we see you, we will recognise you, and that we will take the action that Australia has always believed needed to be taken, which is that we have two states, an Israeli state and a Palestinian state, both secure, both recognised, both safe.
Berg's comments came after Netanyahu escalated the standoff with Australia and condemned Albanese, claiming he would be remembered by history as a weak politician who betrayed Israel and abandoned Australia's Jews. The face-off escalated on Monday as Australia announced that it had cancelled a visa for Simcha Rothman, a member of Netanyahu's governing coalition, amid concerns that a planned speaking tour in the country aimed to spread division.
And sadly, I have to say, I saw this message, and I saw that I am being blamed not for any controversial comments that I made, but on ideas and comments that are accepted by wide consensus in Israel. It's not about any controversial issue. It's about me saying that Israel should eliminate Hamas, that Hamas is bad and Israel is good, that anyone who wants to side with the good should be with Israel, or that the Palestinian state is a danger to the state of Israel and it will be a huge prize for terror. Those views are accepted by I-passed resolutions in the Knesset with two.
Relations between Australia and Israel, traditionally close allies, have progressively soared in recent months amid tensions over the war in Gaza. Meanwhile, Colombia's Superior Court has ordered the release of former President Alvaro Uribe from house arrest while he appeals a conviction for witness tampering and bribery in a case related to the country's prolonged civil war. The 73-year-old was sentenced to 12 years of detention, making it the first time in Colombia's history that a former president will be convicted of a crime. Uribe was found guilty of pressuring jailed witnesses to alter testimony linking him to right-wing militias. However, he has denied all the charges and appealed the conviction, calling the case politically motivated and instigated by Colombia's left, now led by President Gustavo Petro, its political arch rival. Now to the Middle East. More than 50 Afghans recently deported from Iran have been killed after a bus crash in western Afghanistan. Spokesperson for the Herat provincial government, Mohammed Yusuf Saeed, told newsmen that the bus was carrying Afghans who had been deported from Iran and had been heading to Kabul. According to police authorities, the bus first collided with a motorcycle and then hit the truck, which had been carrying fuel before bursting into flames. According to the United Nations, over 1.2 million Afghans have returned or have been forced to return to Iran and Pakistan this year alone. Now to sports. Fluminense goalkeeper Fabio has claimed the record for most competitive appearances in men's football when the Brazilian played for a 1,391st time. The 44-year-old on Saturday called the landmark held by former England has now gone one better following a 2-0 win over Colombia's America de Cali at the Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro. According to Fluminense and Brazilian media, Fabio now stands alone in football history, although neither FIFA nor regional body CONMEBOL has declared it a record. Fabio made 976 appearances for Cruzeiro between 2005 and 2022, after playing 30 times for União Bandeirantes and another 150 games for Vasco da Gama. Olojudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti. Do join us by 3 p.m. for more stories on the briefing. I am Folawumi Olaniyan. Good afternoon.